Chapter 30 with Lettuce. Lettias woke up in the blood. It was a blood-filled lake. She was covered in bloody blood, and it turned her green hair red and clothes red with blood. She didn't know where she was, but it was Blood Lake. She got up and wiped her hair off with a towel, but her clothes were all white now, so she couldn't unwhite. She was scared and didn't know what, but she saw someone that she knew kneward her and was a black pile of person. She shran over and said, CL, where are we? What's happening? Where is this? CL drank the bloof and said, I don't know, but I lost my buzz. Lettuce put hands on hips and said, Is that all you ever think about? She was angry. Cyril shrugged and said, No, and Lettuce said, You are an alcoholic. I am not, said CL, and it was not true. Lettuce said, Anyway, we need to think important, like where you are. We're in the past, said CL. I recognize this tree. And Lettuce sass, That doesn't make any sense. So the two went to the city. The village Lettuce said, Now you stay here, do not get in trouble, I will find out information. And CL said, I promise. So she went off to find out. After she got no information, she was sad. It had taken a long time, but no fruit. She went to Spot, but did not see CL there anywhere at all. Where is CL? She said, angry. Monkey said, He walked away. Oh no, he is in trouble, she said, and ran off to the pub. When she opened the door, she said, I knew I would find you here. CL was at the counter. He had lots of empty glasses, because he had been driving. Lettuce was applaud. Get up, she said. She sounded angry, but really she was mostly worried for him. CL said, I am not drunk. Lettuce said, Let's just gay out of her, and dragged CL out of here. But owner said, Wait, not without paying me. He angry. Lettuce said, Pay the man, and CL said, I don't have money. What? Said Lettuce. She had no money either. What to do? And Lettuce said, Oh dear, what shall we do? CL, how did you get us in this mess? CL said, I want to get as nither drink. The bartender said, You will work to pay off your debts. CL said, How much do we owe you? And the bartender said a number so long Lettuce couldn't remember. How much did you drink? She said, mad. What are you, my mother? Said CL. And then he sobbed and said, No, you are not Sakura. Lettuce rolled her eyes and said, Oh, brother. So the two had to work. Lettuce and CL washed dishes. Lettuce swept and kept her things clean, and CL was bartender. The tab kept going up because CL kept drinking. Lettuce was sad and wished she could knew how to get home. They lived in small cottage that was abandoned in the middle of the city. They poses as married couple because in the past 2 people had to be married to live together. But Lettuce wasn't thinking about Mary. She was thinking about angry. One night CL and Lettuce were in cottage and Lettuce was sweeping the living room. It was the only room. Siak was sad and said, I remember, and Lettuce said, What? It got quiet, and CL was quiet, and CL whispered something. Lettuce didn't hear. She socked, and sat down beside him on the bed. What was that? She asked gently. He, CL, sounded sad and ashamed. Do you know why I drink so much, Lettuce? He asked. Lettuce nodded. No, she senses quietly. Otachi looked up, and his eyes were watery from almost tears. I drink so I can't remember all the things I've done in the past 300 years. Lettuce felt sad and put hand on Otachi's hand. Lettuce said, What do you mean? And CL looked down. I don't know why you think I am a good person, he said. Lettuce said, Anyone can be good, and she tried smiled, but CL would not have smile. I done horrible things, Lettuce, lovely Lettuce. I killed people. I killed my father, he said. Okay, said Lettuce, but why drink so much for that? My father was evil, CL sounded angry now. His eyes brim with tears. He killed my mother. He killed Sakura. But Otachi's mom is Sakura, said Lettuce. CL deadpanned to look Lettuce in face eyes. Lettuce, he said gently, Otachi and I are brothers. Lettuce gasped. How? CL said, I can't explain now. Read my chapter special if you don't know, LOL. Lettuce said, after Lettuce read chapter and said, Oh, I see, and was sad for CL. Then she said, The writer can't spell, lol. I know my writing's really bad. I never checks my spellin'. Just making fun of myself. CL held her hand and said, Lettuce. The next day, the next day they got to the pub and worked hard to hard work. Lettuce was waitress, but she was nervous. She had never been a waitress before. CL was butlering today by being waiter. "Serve me," said drunkish man. He was older and grumpy-looking. "Coming, Sawyer," said Lettuce. When she went to bring the beer, she accidentally tripped and dropped the beer on the floor. "I'm sorry," she said, crying. Man glared at her and said, "No, you stupid bar wench, you should be punished." Oh my God. CL overheard and glared at the man. "How dare you call Lettuce a bar wench, you hussy," said CL with anger. He put his fist up and glared and bayed his teeth vampire teeth. "Do you know who I am? Do you know where I will tell you I am? I am CL Bloodhaven, I am king of all the vampires. I became king by killing my father, and I will not think of killing you for insulting lovely Lettuce. She is better than you ever be, and she was my friend, and I believe in me, even though I do not do well. I will kill anyone. She sees not for in me who I drink too much, and it is a good thing, but she does see me for who I am, and her hat is the king of vampires, and I will assert myself as king against her hoes who get in my way, or the way of I love way. Do not underestimate me. You see, I will kill you and your family. I think nothing of it. I am in anger violent. Breathe to get strength, that's what I do. And your species shall bow before vampires the king, and for they Lettuce you shall be my vampire with me as my vampire queen. With me 1A I'll change you when you sleep, but that's when later time. I'm not worthy of you, Lettuce, but I will make better. I'm not always alcohol. I am so I killed my father, and my mother knows me no more. She doesn't knew me, but mother's inception for child will not go wanting. Lettuce, you are similar to my mother. You do not love me, but you know not my name. This man shall not insult you. However, I could not protect my mother. I shall protect you. And as I witness from God to say this now, I shall kill all the werewolves, and king of what I am shall reign, and this is how it's to be of my new rule of desert innocence. Listen here, you, for this is plainly what I am saying. Do not insult pudding, or I will rip your throat open and carry your gullet out, and your blood shall spray and rain on your family, and I'll kill them too. So you shit your mouth, your ribs will be lipped off, and I shall eat them, and eat your carcass, and eat gullet. And who is the freak now? It is you, and not her. She is nothing but good. Do you understand me? Do you? Do you? Bartender said, "Calm down, get off the table," and CL got down. Lettuce was charmed. CL walked back over to table where man who was insulted Lettuce and got in his face. "What do you want, you ferwack?" said the man, and CL snapped and said, "If I was not promisee to not to this, I would kill you where you stand, sir." CL claused man in face and said, "You will die if you say another word." Man said okay, but not out loud, and CA dropped him and walked away. "Thank you for helping me," said Lettuce, blushing. "Whatever," said CL, and they both went back to walk. TBC. Holy shit.